Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's the brother Bolo and I want to go over this part of Partner TV where Andre spoke about the big gun find. Alright? Let's listen carefully to what he has to say because it's very interesting. The angle which he's taking it from. Very interesting indeed. Listen to this.
I am sure you heard about the 220 firearms
Mighty God.
that came in the country. The 220 firearms that came in the country. These 220 firearms, Jamaica, were found at a warehouse on Industrial Terrace called 214. One stop our universal freight handlers. Not on the wharf they found them, But this one that is this one that is at Tivoli. Right? Industrial Terrace. It's a public warehouse where customers clear their shipment. Owned by Andrew Gallimore. You remember that former member of parliament for West Central St. Andrew?
So we go around with that bus.
But I recall Jamaica. This is in the said member of parliament of who? Desmond Mckenzie. Who owns the warehouse? Andrew Gallimore.
Embarrassing.
You heard what I said tonight? Who remember what Desmond Mckenzie said a few months ago? What did he say, Courtney? I will not surrender. Who remember what he said? Who?
We will never surrender Jamaica to the PNP. Never!
Deputy leader of the Jamaica Labour Party, Desmond Mckenzie, issuing that declaration at an Area Council 1 meeting in the St. Andrew East.
Play it again, producer. Play it again.
We will never surrender Jamaica to the PNP. Never!
Deputy leader of the Jamaica Labour Party, Desmond Mckenzie, issuing that declaration at an Area Council 1 meeting in the St. Andrew East.
He will never surrender Jamaica to the PNP. And how coincidental, Courtney, in the constituency of Desmond Mckenzie, where this warehouse is. How coincidental?
Now, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, I've been on record several times questioning those utterances from Desmond Mckenzie. At the least, I can say they are irresponsible, they are flagrant, they are gaslighting. To say that you will not give up Jamaica to the People's National Party leaves us to interpret those statements in many different ways. Are you suggesting that you own Jamaica? Or are you suggesting that you have Jamaica under hostage? What are you saying when you're saying you will not give up Jamaica to the PNP? The last time I checked, it's a democracy where you go and people vote. And when you lose, you go slung on your yard. You understand? I go slung in the opposition seat. Whatever the case might be. You understand? Look at all these guns in a warehouse. Right? That's allegedly owned by a former MP. That is allegedly in the constituency of Desmond Mckenzie. That said this months ago from last year. Right? And I was very concerned about it. I have spoken about it multiple times. Because people have been talking about the 80s and what happened in the 80s and what the Labour Right did in the 80s. You understand? People were being unalived in PNP areas. Right? So what was these utterances? What did it mean? And I don't think he has ever come out and clarified those statements. I bet you know that Andre has put this together the way he has. There's going to be some type of response. I bet you. Because them love threaten for sue, you know. But he's asking a question, and it's a valid question, and in a sensible person that is looking at the context of what he said when he said it. You have to ask the question, because I've been asking it before this gun find. I've been asking, what do you mean, Desmond Mckenzie, when you say that? Is it possible that those statements can incite violence amongst the supporters, the shower posse? Everybody knows the history of the JLP and what they are connected to. It is no secret. They have vloggers online threatening people's lives. One from England the other day say, if PNP win, he might come down to Jamaica and take up arms. I wonder if for them arms I want to talk about. Him say that on live on TikTok. So if you are a politician that understands the history and politics in Jamaica and been around for how long, isn't it really irresponsible for you to utter such words that could incite violence? There needs to be some type of committee. And see, this is where the political ombudsman come into place. And they have destroyed the political ombudsman. This government has done everything to not be accountable for their actions. They have done everything to destroy accountability. But when Andrew Holness came in, when Andrew Holness was seeking power, he was Mr. Accountability. Remember Richard Hassan? Oh, it's a dark day because Richard Hassan cut corners to make some shops for poor people. He didn't go about it the right way. We can admit that. But the intention was to help some poor people. And Andrew Holness said it was a dark day. Then what is this? There's been many darker days under the JLP so far in the last 9 years. Scandal, back a scandal, corruption, back a corruption. And the biggest one is the head of the stream. Integrity Commission cannot certify him statutory declaration. And the man take them to court. The man sue the Jamaican government himself while being the government. What can go so? The man try to strike out. The man got a court to strike out the actual law that makes the Integrity Commission the Integrity Commission. When Peter Bunting said there is no shame at Belmont Road, these guys have buried shame in the pits of hell. They don't care about how it really looks. They just want to paint a picture and hope that you bite. One bag of corruption and nastiness from this government. Let's continue.
Andrew. But I recall Jamaica. This is the said member of parliament of who? Desmond Mckenzie. Who owns the warehouse? Andrew Gallimore. You heard what I said tonight? Who remember what Desmond Mckenzie said a few months ago? What did he say, Courtney? I will not surrender. Who remember what he said? Who?
We will never surrender Jamaica to the PNP.
The man said we'll never surrender Jamaica to the PNP. Hold on. Let us look up the word surrender. Show your context again. Let us look. Very, very interesting choice of words, Mr. Mckenzie. What does surrender mean? Stop resisting to an enemy or opponent. Submit to their authority. So, when PNP win the next general election, you are claiming that your government will not submit to their authority. People look at the meaning of surrender. And you can see it clear on the screen. Give up or hand over person, right, or position. So Desmond Mckenzie, the position that you hold in a government, you don't plan to give it up when the PNP win. So the seat over the ruling party, You go sit down over there with the PNP. How much that you go do? Typically on compulsion or demand. Wow! Relinquish, renounce, cede. So even if the PNP win the election, he will not concede to his losses. Mighty God, what does that mean? Then how are you going to go about that democratically, Mr. Mckenzie? How are you going to democratically not surrender power to the PNP when they win the election? How are you going to do that legally? Tell me how you're going to do that legally. People, wanna see what I'm talking about? Wanna see this choice of words that was used? That's why I love the dictionary, you know. The man said he will not surrender Jamaica to the PNP. Saturday, how you doing? Wow. Continue.
Never.
Deputy leader of the Jamaica Labour Party, Desmond Mckenzie, issuing that declaration at an Area Council 1 meeting in the St. Andrew East.
Play it again, producer. Play it again.
We will never surrender Jamaica to the PNP. Never.
Deputy leader of the Jamaica Labour Party, Desmond Mckenzie, issuing that declaration at an Area Council 1 meeting in the St. Andrew East.
He will never surrender Jamaica to the PNP. And how coincidental, Courtney? In the constituency of Desmond Mckenzie, where this warehouse is. How coincidental? 220 guns. The largest seizure of guns. 220 guns. And what did Desmond Mckenzie say?
He will not surrender to the PNP.
What did he say?
He will not.
We will never surrender Jamaica to the PNP. Never.
Deputy leader of the Jamaica Labour Party, Desmond Mckenzie, issuing that declaration.
I am asking how coincidental. I'm not suggesting. So you can get him lawyer them.
Here we Andre said. Last time I use, you know. Last time say when Siaga used to beat him ass, I surrender him, surrender. Whoa! All out.
Whoa, yo. We need help, Jesus.
Oh my God.
Funny, honey. That's funny. Oh my God, that is funny.
Somebody said, last I'm saying at the chat said, at the same warehouse them see 16 guns a couple months ago. Wow, so it is so allegedly this warehouse is appears to be an area of high levels of activity. Somebody says, see him look like Cobra Snake. Mighty God, don't know easy. Hostile moments practice. No, sir. This not safe. This not safe.
Can go get his incompetent lawyers to come and say him a drop lawsuit. Can the same drop lawsuit from Damien and Dayton. But how coincidental, Jamaica? How coincidental tonight? We will never surrender. And in less than 3 months, 220 firearms found in a warehouse in his constituency. How coincidental, Jamaica? How coincidental? How coincidental? And remember, Dennis Chung was one of them who said that the government never forced Bolo to invest in money in SSL. You remember when he did say that?
All this kind of off topic, you know, but I'm really a talk about the gun them and them fine, but Virgin, when it's strong, you need to come down here. Yeah, man. You need to come down. Yeah, you made some public statements where you clearly compromised, brother. You need to come down. Like I said, this is the next eventide home incident in a different demonstration. May I tell you? Even that. Hey, is it true that you know what? Let me end that. Let me end this reaction. People, let me know what you think about that with the guns in the comment section. Alright?